Chapter 806, Expressing Goodwill. Amandina, if it were anyone else, Franca might not have remembered, but she couldn't forget this participant of the Dream Festival, a girl who called the underworld Taoist her teacher. Franca later summoned the armored shadow Chen Tu for more information, and she might even need Amandina's help. With this in mind, Franca reached into her traveler's bag and counted her accumulated gold. Including the final payment from a member of the curly-haired Baboon Research Society, she now had gold worth 82,000 Viral d'Or and nearly 20,000 Viral d'Or in cash. With a little exchange, it would be enough to meet the requirements of the armored shadow, Chen Tu, for a conversation. Of course, Franca didn't plan to do this anytime soon. First, Lumion was in Morora. Without using his special connection with the contract target, even knowing the armored shadow's name as Chen Tu, Franca wasn't sure she could summon the spirit from the original world. After all, that might not be its true name, and translating it into ancient Hermes or other mystical languages might correspond to different spirit world creatures. Secondly, facing the armored shadow without a demigod present would likely be extremely dangerous. Amandina's presence might partially substitute for a demigod, intimidating the armored shadow. Should we wait for Lumion to return from Morora before summoning Chen Tu again? Franca felt a mix of excitement and apprehension, a state known as near-home anxiety. After a moment, she exhaled slowly, deciding to respond to Amandina on Lumion's behalf. Lumion promised to take Amandina to the area around the Samaritan woman's spring, giving her a chance to meet the underworld Taoist outside of the Dream Festival. This is beneficial for us, but it's too dangerous with my current strength. Besides, I'm not sure if the power brought by the celestial worthy of heaven and earth, for blessings combined with the Tarot Club's minor arcana identity, can penetrate the fog around the Samaritan woman's spring. We should wait until Lumion is out of Morora. For now, I'll show Amandina some goodwill to lay the groundwork for future cooperation. I'll organize some important mysticism knowledge and give it to Amandina for free. Show some respect for the higher authority, if not for me. If the underworld Taoist sees how well I treat his disciple, maybe his attitude will change. Also, I'll ask Amandina which path of the divine she wants to take besides the power of the boons and help her get the corresponding potion formulas and materials. This won't be free. Giving everything for free would make us look too humble and lead to disrespect. Too much kindness can turn into resentment. Amandina should choose between the paths of darkness, death, and warrior. The potion formulas and characteristics for the Mytilo sequences of the warrior path are relatively easy to find. Maybe we can ask Madam Justice to get help from Mr. Star for the darkness path. He seems to be a high-ranking member of the Evernight Goddess Church. Last time, he wore red gloves. Perfect timing. I was about to report the secrets of the Demoness sect taught by the Demoness of Black and mention Amandina's situation to see what mysticism knowledge can be shared and what can't be leaked. Having sorted her thoughts, Franca returned to her bedroom, sat at her desk, and began writing her report. South Continent, Port Pylos of Matani, in a 3-story white marble villa. Having finally made up her mind and sent out that letter, Amandina grew more awake as the night went on, pacing back and forth in her soft, girlish bedroom, waiting for Lumion's reply. The more she learned about mysticism and beyonders, the more she realized the gap between herself and Lumion and how ignorant she had been. Though she felt she could continue living as she had, maintaining the appearance of a normal high society person with certain supernatural abilities, the events during the Dream Festival and the rumors she had heard from various mysticism circles made her feel a sense of crisis and urgency. Living in the South Continent in an era of increasing disasters, her sequence 7 nightmare powers and current situation of facing everything alone made her truly afraid that one day her entire family would become sacrifices in a rose school of thought-blood ritual, or that the hidden problems of the Dream Festival would suddenly erupt and engulf her. The more she knew, the more afraid she became. Amandina felt she could never return to her previous state of ignorance and recklessness, and she had a strong desire for higher sequences and more extraordinary power. That would mean she could do more and see more. Suddenly, she saw the same cool-looking charred messenger from before emerge from the void, handing her a small dressing mirror. A mirror? What does Lumion Lee mean by giving me a mirror? Amandina accepted the mirror with curiosity and confusion, feeling it was quite ordinary. She was about to ask the penitent Baneful when she noticed a dark, aqueous light spreading across the mirror's surface. As the light flowed, the mirror gradually brightened, revealing a figure. A mystic telegraph, and one where you can see and talk to the other person? How fascinating! Amandina didn't notice the messenger leaving, her attention entirely captivated by the mirror. She soon realized that the figure in the mirror wasn't Lumion Lee, but a stranger, a woman. The woman had lake-colored eyes, both bright and deep, as if hiding countless words that made one want to explore them. Her nose was delicate and straight, her lips a tempting combination of red and tender white skin, and her eyebrows extended to her temples, with her flaxen hair tied into a ponytail, giving her an air of elegance. So beautiful! Amandina stared blankly, instinctively admiring the woman in her mind. She herself was a girl of outstanding appearance and had always been proud of it. But this time, she felt no sense of competition, entirely immersed in a beauty she had never seen before. Her gaze naturally lowered, seeing the smooth, slender neck and the lace flowers around the shirt collar. For some reason, Amandina felt an urge to see the entire body of the woman in the mirror, to see how beautiful she would look naked. She felt this wasn't her own problem. Even Padre Kali, who only liked men, would surely have a similar urge. Using a bit of charm to enhance goodwill for easier communication, Franca also observed Amandina. This girl had a waterfall of black hair and blue eyes, exuding a youthful energy of free self-expression. All of Lumion's female acquaintances are quite beautiful. Is this a hunter's talent? Franca smiled sweetly through the glass mirror. Lumion is busy right now and can't leave, so he asked me to communicate with you. Amandina snapped out of her daze, shaking off the spell of the woman's beauty. She looked at Franca in the mirror, curiosity and a desire to explore igniting within her. You're Lumion, Monsieur Lumion Lee's friend, the one who might need my help in the future. Yes, Franca smiled and nodded. HMPH, and you say you're not lovers. Such a beautiful woman makes even me, who likes men, want to sleep with her. How much more for a man who doesn't like men? Amandina felt she had seen through Lumion's lie. She straightened her waterfall-like hair and asked brightly, I'm willing to help you. Can you keep your promise? That might have to wait until Lumion finishes his current tasks, and you're not strong enough yet, Franca said succinctly. Do you want to advance through potions besides the power of boons? Which path do you want? Death, darkness, or warrior? Franca spoke quickly, because the power of the ice amulet was limited in time. After posing the question, she suddenly thought of something. It is said that the warrior path's potions has a significant height-enhancing effect, even turning the drinker into a giant at higher levels. Turning such a pretty girl into a 3 or 4 meter tall giant beauty seems odd. Franca wasn't sure if she was worried or looking forward to it. Amandina had discussed with Lumion which paths she could take and had thought seriously about it, so she quickly made her decision. Darkness. As a girl who had always been good at understanding her parents' thoughts and was adored by her elders, Amandina felt that since the figure during the Dream Festival had only given her the power of darkness, and not the death power given to Robert or the warrior power given to some gravekeepers, it might mean that he wanted her to be pure and focus on the path of darkness. She also planned to go to the ancient tomb during the next Dream Festival to receive more gifts, naturally not wanting to disappoint that figure. I still want to see what happens when the power of the death or warrior path is mixed with the darkness boon. Franca said seriously, I will inquire and gather the necessary things for you, but you need to pay for it or complete tasks I assign. Amandina was no longer the naive girl she used to be and understood the value of potion formulas and beyonder ingredients. She nodded. Okay. Franca smiled in the mirror. Also, I appreciate you agreeing to help. No matter what Lumion promised you, I will provide you with some extra mysticism knowledge for free. Really? Amandina was delighted. This beautiful lady is truly generous. And it's not a trap. The potion formulas and beyonder ingredients come at a cost. Franca didn't answer directly but smiled and said, "Remember, my name is Franca." As she spoke, she raised her right hand and pushed a stack of stapled papers forward. In Amandina's eyes, the stack grew larger, eventually penetrating the glass and falling into her hands, while Franca's image disappeared from the mirror. Franca, Lumion Lee, and she make a good match. Amandina imagined Lumion and Franca together, suddenly having some romantic thoughts. She whispered to herself, "That must be beautiful. I'd love to see it." Suppressing the images in her mind, Amandina looked at the papers in her hand, glancing over a line of words. Law of Beyonder Characteristics Convergence. W.H. Amandina was both bewildered and deeply impressed. Morra late night. After the carnivore bar closed, Lumion exited through the back door and saw Gusain wearing a top silk hat. Gusain slowly smiled. "I'll take you to the place for your test now."